What up, world? It's your boy Jaystar. We back again, man. I hope y'all killed it this week on this week 3 slate, man. I mean, this had to be called the backup week for me, man. Like, I mean, was it not like every backup? I mean, what running back, backup receivers kind of thing? Like, goodness gracious, it was like none of the main stars, man. Like, this was backup week. So, but as y'all know, this is gonna be the first look right here, the week 4 slate, man. But as I always do, I'm gonna go ahead and review the Millionaire Maker. So y'all can just learn how they won, how they stacked, things like that, where they attacked and things like that to win the $1 million, man. But and then after that, we're gonna get right into the first look. And how I do the first look, I tell y'all every time. I just give y'all like the most simplest players that's supposed to do good. I don't go in detail of like stacks and stuff like that. That comes later down the line on Fridays. We do the full strategy video. We give you the stacks, and the best matchups and things like that. So that way y'all can even full stack a whole game, or just stack one size. And then also, like I said before too, I have a whole video. It's in my playlist of how to win on Draftkings, things like that, for stacks. So y'all can learn how to skinny stack, naked stack, and double stack lineups and things like that. So y'all able to win and things like that. So, but we're gonna get right into this one. Let's go ahead and look at the Millionaire Maker here. So, Millionaire Maker, Lamar Jackson, once again, man. Goodness gracious, man. Like I tell you, like you just can't not play this guy, man. Every week, right now, he's just destroying no matter who it is, man. No matter what defense he's going against, it's just crazy so far. So, um, New England, they're not the same, man. So like, kind of already knew you could definitely take Lamar. I already kind of felt like it was gonna be him and Andrews too. End up being one of my best lineups was a Lamar lineup because I mean, goodness gracious, the points were so crazy. This past week, like I said, it's nothing but backups everywhere, man. I definitely was locking in Pierce, just like this lineup did here. I mean, I don't know, it probably was 90% of my lineups I had Pierce this weekend. I just felt it. Like I think I told y'all about him on my strategy video. Like I felt like he could do well. I felt like he had that, the shiftiness. I thought he would probably get a 100-yard game, but I did know, I just felt it that he was going to at least get into the touchdown at least one time. But let's just go through the lineup here. So we got Lamar with a skinny stack with Andrews. Didn't run back anybody. I don't see nobody from New England was a run back here. So just a skinny stack with Lamar and Andrews. We got Devontae Smith here against Washington. Just went berserk. I mean, goodness gracious, man. Like it was him or AJ Brown, man. They both kind of had like almost the same amount of opportunities. I believe it was like 10 receptions, I think, or about 9 or just 10 targets, I think, for AJ Brown. Just got the yards though right here in the touchdown. I mean, because like I said, AJ Brown did actually get a touchdown, so just didn't get the 100 yards or anything bonus and stuff like that. So Devontae Smith for the savings, like I said, it was just a lot of like second receivers, third receivers type of day. I did have Mac Hollins on my value play video that I bring out every Saturday. So I told y'all about Mac Hollins, man. I just felt it, man. Like I told y'all the targets he had the last game. I didn't think that was a fluke. I really thought that was something that they was going to go to again here in this game. Even though I did think Devontae was going to have a better game like than what he did. But Carr, man, with those, like I keep telling you, he just cursed with the 2 touchdowns, man. Like, once again, man, it's a 2 touchdown curse with Carr, man. Like, 22 points here. It was only 2 touchdowns thrown. Like, I believe one was to Devontae Adams. Just Devontae didn't get the 100 yards that I thought he was going to be able to do. But Mac Hollins came through, great value for 3,300, man. I mean, goodness gracious, 32 fantasy. Like, yeah, you needed him in your lineups, yo. Yeah. So then I think this is all one-offs here. So Lazard was a late play here. I mentioned Lazard when I talked about Rodgers and stuff. Like I said, if he moved into the slot, he can do well. He did once again move into the slot for a slant route right into the touchdown. So like exactly what I kind of said. I also mentioned Dobbs too, because I was like either one of them moving to the slot. I felt like Dobbs was a better route runner. He actually had a better game than what Lazard did. Waddle, good game here. Tua coming out the game, for the minute, feel like could have hindered some of the points here in fantasy. I thought both of these receivers, Tyreek Hill could have did better, being that they was both going against rookie cornerbacks and stuff like that. But Buffalo's defense just shows that it's still a tough defense, even with the rookie cornerbacks out there. And also Micah Hyde was out too, so for safety. But I mean, still, I mean, decent points here. I mean, not what we thought he was gonna get. Fournette with the 12 points didn't get into the end zone, so I think that kind of hurt. Most people thought. I mean, he even said to everybody that the touchdowns was coming for the fantasy owners. Big play here for the Jaguars defense. I knew even at high ownership, I didn't care. I wanted Jaguars defense. I felt like they was gonna have a good game. I kind of mentioned. I think I did mention this in my full strategy slate that Jaguars defense was gonna be a good defense just because even with Herbert, I just felt like him out there playing hurt, he could just get hit one time, end up being out the game, or just I felt like something could just go wrong, and the defense will held up really good. I mean, didn't let one more touchdown happen at the end of the game to drop them. Got an interception, defensive fumble recovery, and a sack. This is just a good lineup, man. For the weekend, the way this weekend went, this was a good lineup. Like, yeah, I mean, he could have had Dobbs or something here instead, but or also my bad, he could have really had who I had like also locked in last week, Marquise Brown. I just really felt the low ownership and was gonna go off. Had like 33 fantasy points, so could have definitely had Marquise Brown here for the same price. So that would be all I would say that you could have corrected with this lineup. But other than that, he had a run back here because he was trying to stack here in this game on both sides, which is really good that he did do it that way because I believe this was the like 1:30 game here, so you still got two people playing late, which is great. Got the Jaguars defense in the mid 1 o'clock game here, so you got just points. Like I keep saying, like every lineup we seen back-to-back weeks at least, and I didn't go over it I think the first week, but every lineup it seems like gotta have somebody that you ticking away, man. You're just ticking away, and I like how he played this because he actually has here a high owned defense that everybody's gonna have late. Also a high owned player in Fournette. So when you know that you're stacked and everything else in your lineup, once you making that lineup and you feel like this is gonna win, and you have that main stack and everything, and you want to have your one-offs or whatever, your other really good players, you want to when you look at late, you want to kind of cut people off, man. You want to cut people off from beating you. So you want to find who's that high on but in a good spot, because Fournette, yeah, was in a good spot though. Kind of home running back. I believe they was picked to win the game. So definitely, and everybody's going to take Fournette, especially after what he said. He said the touchdowns was coming, the fantasy points was coming. So I'm sure everybody took him for that. So you cutting him off there. You knew the Jaguars defense was a good spot. Everybody was going to have him. Might as well cut those people off too. And then you just take this a low on player here. Like I said, could have been Marquise Brown. Could have just destroyed everybody because he would have had probably like 200 and about 20 something fantasy points here instead of 210. Yeah. So definitely could have cut everybody off. But like I said, just having that low on with the cutting people off because everybody's gonna load up on these people for late. That's the way to do it with your lineups, man, when you want to win big. But now we're gonna get right into the first look of the full slate for week 4, y'all. Okay, so let's go. We got Cleveland here versus Atlanta to start it off. So we got Brissett versus Mariota. Both of these quarterbacks I feel like in a good spot here for this game, but to go ahead and stack just 1v1 with them as a skinny stack, best people to stack is going to be Cooper, and then on the other end it's going to be Drake London for sure. So both of the two main star receivers here and weapons here are going to be the best stacks to go with them so far that I've looked at. And then we're going to move on to the Buffalo-Baltimore game. Pay attention throughout the week for the weather for this game because I know it's I believe like a hurricane or storm or something like that going across the East Coast. But if the rain is going to be whack, then this game is going to be crazy, like we already know. So Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, I mean, these two have been just going crazy, dominating games. Both same records here with 2-1 records. So competing to be the top, and you got to go ahead and say it's going to be Stephon Diggs as long as the questionable comes off, he's able to go. I think he just cramped up and stuff like that in the game because it was so hot in Florida. But I feel like he'll be out there this week, and definitely he's one of the best plays. And then it's going to be on the other side of this would be supposed to be Rashad Bateman. Should have a good spot here going against like a rookie cornerback too. Of course, I think one of the other cornerbacks might be back by the end of the week, but we'll see when I go over the full strategy video. But he'll still have one other cornerback still more than likely out there as a rookie on one side. So it's definitely a good matchup for him. And then we're going to keep it going here. We got Washington Commanders and Dallas Cowboys. A rivalry here. Cooper Rush and Wentz. I would have to say the best stacks is going to be CD Lamb in the slot. Should be able to dominate. If he keeps getting the amount of targets he's getting with these 11 targets that I've been seeing him get, back-to-back games here and stuff like that. Definitely he's going to be a good play then for that, as long as he can just manage, especially with Gallup being back too as well. Then we're going to go to the other side here. I got to say, man, it feels like it's got to be Curtis Samuel, man. Just the amount of targets he keeps getting, man. Like, just, yeah, I feel like what happened here is what I feel. I was just saying this because it just looks like they're getting him out like short yardage. Like, I mean, average yards and stuff like that. Look at it, it's just short distance. He's a yards at the catch person. He's so fast, man, super fast, like a 4.3 40 or something like that he runs. So he could take it for 27-16, even on 6 yards and stuff like that. I feel like they're using him the way they said they was going to use Gibson. They said they was going to use Gibson as a as McCaffrey type role. But it really feels like it's Curtis Samuel playing like a McCaffrey type role. The old McCaffrey that we used to see dumping and get it out to him in space because he can do so much with it. And that's what Samuel is benefiting from. So definitely Samuel is a good play for, to put stack up with Wentz, for this game. So we're going to keep it moving though. We got Seattle and Detroit. Jared Goff and Geno Smith here. Let's see. Let me look at the defenses here for this game just to make sure. Okay, yeah. It's definitely gonna be Metcalf. Metcalf definitely 12 targets. It's good to see that he finally got into double-digit targets. If he can get this again, I definitely can see him getting could be 2 touchdowns for this game for real. The way Detroit plays, they just play so fast, man. Definitely give him multiple opportunities to get in there twice. Then on the other end, if St. Brown is able to go, definitely it's got to be St. Brown just because we know he gets all the big plays, man. He was able to finish out the game, so I feel like he will be able to go, and definitely I would say it's him for this side. And then we're going to keep it moving here, though. And we got the Chargers and Houston Texans here. We got Herbert and Davis Mills. Let's see. So I believe it's 2 different defenses here. So we got, let's see, what would I say is the best 2 players here? I got to go with Brandon Cooks. I mean, it's about time, he's getting so many targets, but just ain't doing nothing with it. Like, but he is there for the big plays. So like all the big plays go to him. All it takes is for him to break one, and next thing you know, you needed him in the lineup because then he's gonna have like 20 something fantasy because the target's gonna be there. He gets one, goes for 42 and a touchdown, and then he's gonna still have about 9 targets left. Like he's gonna get there, man. He's gonna get to 25 fantasy easily. So definitely gotta say Brandon Cooks with Mills, and then with Herbert, it's gonna be Mike Williams this week. Big play receiver, lined up with a rookie on one side. Definitely think he could dominate him because the rookie is also kind of short too. I know he has the speed to compete with Mike Williams, but just you see how Mike Williams plays. He's a receiver that's gonna go up for the ball and everything. So definitely can see him getting in the end zone again. Maybe a huge game for like 28 fantasy or something like that. So then we're gonna move on to Tennessee and the Colts. Here's a rivalry game here. Matt Ryan and Tannehill. So we got 2 big running backs here. Definitely Jonathan Taylor for this side. Like I gotta say Jonathan Taylor for this side. Tannehill side though, I would say it sucks he doesn't have I want to say a tight end play because if we knew his tight ends, were like just out there most of the time, getting targets and running routes, it would be the tight ends. But if it's not going to be the tight ends, then I would have to say Treylon Burks is actually in play here, just in the slot. He owns the slot receiver. He's the slot receiver option. The starter slot receiver. So definitely it's Treylon Burks. I just want his targets to go up. Like it's about time they really get him the ball more. I feel like I just feel like he's probably a more explosive receiver than Woods is. So, but definitely Treylon Burks if his targets can get up for this game. So then we're gonna move on. Chicago and the Giants. Best plays here, Fields with Daniel Jones. Best plays here is definitely still gonna be Saquon on this side of the field. And then on the other side of the field with Fields, man, his plays, man, it's really gonna be Herbert. It's really gonna be just the running backs here, man. Cause it's just the receivers, man. Like they just goodness, this is hard to attack the receivers here. The reason why I really would say too, because not Daniel Jones, but Fields, man, he's just not throwing the ball. Just not throwing the ball enough for me to really want the receivers, man. So I got to go with the run game. Like, look at this, 17, 7, 11, 17. It's just not enough, man. We need 30. We need 30, man. I feel like they just probably need another receiver maybe to help him out to be able to throw the ball more. But right now they just don't got it. So gotta say the running backs in that game. And then we got Jalen Hurts versus Trevor Lawrence here. Should be a really good game here. Um, let me see. Let me see. I believe it's AJ Brown for sure here. And then on the other side, I would have to say it probably is Kirk because he probably has the easier matchup out of all the receivers here. So definitely I got to go with Kirk. And then we'll keep it moving here. We got the Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, man, I tell y'all, I don't like Trubisky. Every time I tell y'all, every week, man. If Pickett was out here, this would be a great game, man. I just really feel like this would be a great game. But we're going to go ahead and still talk about who's supposed to go off here. And it should be Garrett Wilson on this side. On the other side, Deontay Johnson is supposed to do good. Like I've been seeing people just exploiting Sauce Gardner, man. Like so definitely if he matches up with Sauce Gardner, even if he matches up on the other side, it's definitely Deontay Johnson should have a big game. Just need to keep this 11 targets and 10 targets. Hopefully we can get more receptions. Like he was dropping a lot for the Cleveland game that was big. Like man, he dropped a couple of big shot ones that I felt like could have had him over 100 yards easily. So I definitely think he gets there though for the Jets game, man. 6,000, he's definitely in play too. Arizona and Carolina Panthers. Let's see. We got Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield. Let's see. Is Baker? Man, he's like attempts. It's under 30, under 30. I don't like that. I do not like that. But let's see. So that's probably why the weapons, man, aren't doing as well as what I thought they should be doing. Because this should be a game for probably DJ Moore. But it's just that, like I'm saying, like when you're look at this, like 666, man. Golly, dude. Come on, man. Like, give me more targets in this. Like, give me 10 targets, Baker. Like, he needs to, amp it up, amp it up, man, a little bit more, man, with the throws, man. Like, come on now. Like, I know you have McCaffrey, and I know they ran a lot more with McCaffrey for the first time, like 25 attempts. That was really good to see, but I still, like I keep telling you, I want to see more targets. But I don't know if Baker, I know I believe he had the shoulder surgery over the offseason and everything, but he needs to amp it up, man, and throw more, man. It's like, come on. Oh, God, man. He's 25, 29, 27, man. This could be a good game, man, because I feel like he's going to have to throw the ball a lot more, to keep up with Kyler in this game. But we got to, like I said, to get the more targets out to DJ Moore, man. Like, saw him throwing this little Shy Smith dude. So, I mean, he threw like 2 times to him. Yeah, so I don't know, but I just feel like, come on, Baker, like throw some more, man. So that way we can get these big games out of these big, like nice name receivers and and options like McCaffrey and stuff like that. They should be going off, man, for like 25 easily fantasy points, but they just haven't done it because of Baker. But then on Kyler Murray's side, it's definitely on Marquise Brown. On this side of the field should be in play for a big game. If AJ Green is definitely out too as well. I think he should be able to have Rondale Moore back this week though. So be on the lookout for that too, man, because he could be a good receiver to take too. Then we got New England and the Green Bay Packers here. Aaron Rodgers, Mac Jones look like he's going to be out, so we're going to be going with Brian Hoyer. We did see a big game out of Devontae Parker. But it should be a bigger game for Myers if he's back. Definitely in the slot and everything like that. Should be a bigger game for him. I would say on this side for Rodgers, man, I think I saw Romeo Doubs in the slot a little bit more. And like I said, he's a better route runner to me than even Lazard. Plus he has speed. So I have to say it's Romeo Doubs here to stack with Rodgers there. And then for the last game of the week, we got Denver and versus the Vegas Raiders for a big rivalry game in Vegas. Crazy QB matchup here. I don't know, like I tell y'all, Carr, man, with these 2 touchdown curse, man, it's just not gonna get it done in no games, period, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, just not gonna get it done. I mean, fantasy points, yeah, he got the 300-yard bonus. That's the thing about Carr. If you look at all these games, 52 yards, you're only 48 yards away, 5 yards away. He could probably get you the 300-yard bonus. Just know that he's only probably going to throw for 2 touchdowns. Like, I'm just giving y'all, like, just straight facts, man. He just has this 2 touchdown curse. It just doesn't matter what great weapons you put out there for him. Red zone, great talented weapons. He's going to keep staying on track for 2 touchdowns. And like I say, but he can get you the 300-yard bonus. So easily, automatically, almost can guarantee yourself for 15 points. And then if you think he's going to do another 2 touchdowns, then he's going to get you right there, like 24 fantasy and stuff like that. So, he's still a good quarterback to take, but just the 2 touchdowns, man. Just 2 touchdowns. Then we got Russell Wilson on the other side, and he just been struggling too, though. What do he have? 9 points. Yeah, just goodness gracious. First game was his best game, and can't even get 300 yards really. One game, we Seattle, weak defense and everything, but golly, the touchdown. He's struggling too in the touchdown category. Like red zone, they're just kicking field goals every time. So I don't know if they're gonna figure out their problem against the Raiders, but if they don't, Carr could win this game then because 2 touchdown Carr, man, that's what he should be called, man. So, but on the receiver option side on this game, it should be Judy for against the Raiders here. It really should be Judy, and then on the other side, in play is definitely Devontae, just because he moves around and everything. So definitely still Devontae's in for a big game. I actually want to see a little bit more than 10 targets for him. But man, because I mean I think 15 to 14 targets should be in play still for him. And I just feel like that can get him to 2 touchdowns, and maybe get Carr to get 3 touchdowns in the game. So definitely it's Devontae Adams though and Jerry Jeudy for that last game there. So that's the full, first look at the full slate, man, for week 4 there. Smaller slate again. We believe it's the first bye because I didn't see the Vikings on, and I forget who else is not on this slate. So I think it's the first bye week. So we got one less game to worry about. Also, I believe most of the games are in the morning, just so y'all can pay attention to that part. I noticed that most of the games in the morning, we only have 3 games late this time. I think just last week we had 5, and I think the week before that, even though it was only 12, I think we had 4. So this is going to be a shorter late game week, so just pay attention to that when you making up, putting together your lineups and stuff. We'll probably talk more about it though, in the full strategy video on Friday. But hope y'all enjoyed that first look, man. Just trying to ease it out and show y'all, who are just the main people to just put together and stack, put together little skinny stacks with so far. But like I tell you, we do the full strategy show on Friday, value picks and stuff on Saturday, and then it'll be a top 5 though throughout the whole week. But it's your boy Jaystar. I hope y'all won some big money this week, and hopefully, if not, we can help you out for this week and we can win some big money this week. Okay, I'm out. Peace.